like the song. I'm playing it too much, right?
You're starting to like it.
Oh, I've always liked it. It just
I
it's
don't
a
know.
sad sounding song. I don't know.
That sounds like happiness to me.
Does it really?
It does.
Rob Sobieski and Joe Reichel are in the studio. Joe, am I saying your name right?
Joe?
Say it again.
Reichel.
Oh, I thought you meant the Joe part. Yes, that is exactly right.
Okay, I thought maybe I wasn't. And all these weeks, I thought you were just being polite and letting me
No,
get it.
I would correct you if you were
Rob
wrong.
Sobieski.
That's right.
Got that right?
You got it right.
All right. Well, how you guys doing today? Everything all right?
Great.
Good. Busy day.
I got my headphones on backwards. All right, now it feels better.
Life is
it just
better.
feels weird when it's the wrong way, doesn't it?
When the left
Is there
the
a
left
right way?
sound goes in the right ear.
I don't know what it means exactly. It's just I guess I'm used to it a certain way. You guys had a very nice compliment from a listener. I wanted to share it with you.
Really?
I was going to do it off the air,
Very
but I didn't kind of have a chance. So I'll tell it on the air. I'll make it a public announcement.
On the air is good.
She said that this is the kind of show, it's like the gardening show, you ask questions, well, how can I do it myself? The mechanic show, you might ask, is there anything I can do myself? But on your show, they enjoy hearing your stories of how you've helped other people. And you've got something more to you. You've got people skills, which was the compliment. I don't know if you've worked with this lady or not, but she called in and enjoys your show. So
Nice.
Very good.
Well, if she's listening, thank you very
Thank
much.
plus she watches, and she said you are eye candy. So.
Okay, so we'll wave.
This is why the camera's not on me. There's no eye candy on this side of the room.
Rob's the candy.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Well, anyway,
Whistler? What are we talking about?
yeah, what were we talking about? Yeah.
I don't remember.
So ladies, just drop a tree into your house, and these guys will show up.
There you go.
Singing our song.
Boy, what a ploy, huh?
Yeah. There could be worse things.
So the stories seem to be. I mean, and I agreed with her. I was saying, that I like that part too. Because it's kind of hard to call you up and say, a tree fell into my house. What can I do? The only thing you can do is call you.
Right.
But when we hear the stories about how you've dealt with it, that's kind of, I think, the part that gets to us. It's kind of very human.
Well, there is a definite human touch to what we do, and unfortunately, the way a homeowner, whenever something happens, like a disaster happens to them, whenever they have damage, they don't know what to do. This is something that is unnatural. It's not something that happens every day, and
Right.
sometimes it's once in a lifetime if it ever happens to them. Some people have never had to make an insurance claim or any sort of a disaster like this, and that's good. If you don't ever need our services, we're happy. We
That's
don't
right.
we don't
That's
want
right.
to have
Right.
to,
Right.
we don't want you to have to call us. But when it happens, that is the satisfaction part of our job, is that we can go in, we are able to help people, and oftentimes we create relationships with these people that go on
Forever, huh?
long lasting.
They become your Facebook friends.
Facebook.
Very true.
We have quite a few people that are on Facebook that we've been able to help through disasters. And I was thinking of one couple. They had a fire, and this was in October of last year.
Uh-huh.
They're not Facebook friends, but I'm working with them on another job that they're a remodeling project that they're working on. But whenever they had a disaster, they had a different restoration company started it, and some things happened, and they weren't really happy, and it wasn't a good fit for them.
Okay.
So through another friend of ours, they got my number, and I was able to go out there and worked with them and made them feel at ease throughout the whole process. With this being said, they've, like I said, since have called me for another project. Fortunately, it was a small fire that they had the first time. This time it's a extensive remodel on a house. So, they're, because of working with them and the relationship that we were able to gain, they felt comfortable enough in order to use us again.
Wow. You just brought up a type of damage that I never thought of before. We talked about fire and flood and trees, and we never talked about age. The damage is just simply something gets old, needs to be fixed.
Yeah, that happens quite a bit, and along with Joe's point, and we've established a lot of our relationships through emergencies. We've gotten an emergency call. We've gone out and responded to, I can think of a couple right now. One, a water flood. One was a tree damage.
Right.
And then a couple months later, we get a call from the same customer with a completely unrelated issue. Now this person may have had a fire in their house. Joe's dealing with one right now. There was originally a water flood months ago. Now they call us back to come and help with a fire that they had.
Oh,
I
wow.
had a tree fall in a house, and then the same customer calls back with the water issue. So we like the fact that our customers, that they feel that they have a relationship with us too. That they feel they have someone to call. It's not just, oh, who'd the insurance company send, and then the next time, well, I'll call someone different because I didn't have a good experience or I felt like I wasn't treated fairly. You know, if you have that favorite salesman at your car dealership, you don't really like buying a car, but do you have that favorite dealership, that favorite
I don't really
salesman?
like buying one, but
yeah,
my
if
friend.
you have to buy
I'm gonna
one,
buy one.
if you have a good place to go back to, that speaks a lot if you happen to retain customers.
But I think the trust thing, that, and this is something anybody who's heard you and knows you has. We probably all have the same opinion about this. It's the probably the most important thing. Well, your skills have to be there. I mean, you can't be trustworthy and not know how to do it. So I guess maybe the skill comes first. But trust is a close second.
And that's the couple that Rob was talking about that I'm working on. First, they had a flood in their home, and a professional couple, both doctors. Right now, we're working. They had a cooking fire in the kitchen. And because of their their lifestyle and their work schedule, they're not able to be there during the day. So, I've got the key to their home in order to be able to get the appropriate people in there, and have met with the adjuster, the insurance adjuster, and in order to move the process along and keep it going. And that's something that we don't take lightly. The fact that they are trusting us with. They're trusting us with more than just their home. And this is their entire life that they've worked on collecting and building a home, and that is their life that we're putting back together for them. So it's a big deal for us. And like I said, we don't take it lightly, and we've worked thanks to my father-in-law and Rob's dad. I mean, that was who has given us these life skills in order to be able to gain people's trust and work with putting things back together for them.
Very wise and very.
He's a good guy.
True. I mean, to recognize people in your past who contributed to the way you are now. Yeah. Oh, no question about it. Yeah. In advertising, which is what we do. I mean, we create ads. We are often taught, if you ever go to any of these classes or read any of these books on advertising, they always say, if you're selling a candy bar, don't talk about the candy bar. Talk about the joy the candy bar will bring. That's always the thing, But you are kind of living that. You're not fixing houses. You just said it. You're fixing lives.
That's right.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is.
And that's, a lot of times whenever we get a call, I was thinking about the fire that we were just talking about. She called me at 9 o'clock at night. And I got a text message with a picture, and oftentimes I'll say that a good referral is the 3 Fs: a frantic female with a flood, or a frantic female with a fire. Those are what I look for as far as a referral.
Man, I just like a frantic female. Forget the other part.
No, I want the flood of the fire. But she called me and she sent me a text message. She said, "I've got a frantic female with a fire," and she sent a picture, and she said, "It's me." My first response was, "Do I need to come over there right now?" And that's whenever we get a call. It could be at any time of the night or any time of the day. Our job is to drop what we're doing and go there to their assistance in order to help out. So if it's a fire, we're there right after the fire department. Well, as soon as the fire's put out, we work to board up any holes, as far as if the door was knocked in by the fire company in order for them to get in. Windows busted to get the smoke out. If it burned a hole through the roof or the fireman cut a hole in the roof, we tarp that in. So whatever needs done in order to protect the home from further damage, whether with a fire, whether it's vandalism, from people trying to get in after the fire, or the weather. Our job is to board it up and secure the home so that no further damage happens, and that's what we do with a fire. Floods emergency service is a little different.
Yeah, flood emergency, we need to get in and of course find the water leak, a source, get that taken care of, and sometimes it involves bringing in other professionals, gets plumbers in there or leak detection specialists.
Do you ever have to dig a ditch to have it drain somewhere?
Yes, definitely. Yeah, we've had to do that several times. We had to tunnel underneath homes would be the easiest way to do it. Sometimes it's, if the leak's towards the outside of a house, we've broken parts of a stem wall away, and a slab
Really?
leak.
Is it literally
dig underneath the house?
Hands on shovels, or is there some kind of a heavy-duty equipment that you use?
Most of the time, it's hands on shovels. And,
oh, wow.
Yeah, scooping things out and pulling dirt out, making a cavity big enough for the smallest guy on the crew to climb in and fix a leak.
Who's the smallest guy on the crew?
Well, we have other ones. We have a couple guys.
Good morning. You're on the air.
Yeah. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Good morning.
When you have a problem with your home and we need your service, does the insurance company send you out, or is it our responsibility to pick somebody like you to come out?
Well, that is a very good question. A lot of people are, confused as to what to do, and they'll call their insurance company and ask for a recommendation, which they will give. But we like to educate people. We like to hopefully establish relationships. That's one of the purposes of the show.
Yeah.
To have a place for you to go to, because it's your choice. It's your responsibility to get the house back into, to stop the damage as soon as possible, like we've mentioned before.
Yeah.
So, of course, whoever you choose as the homeowner, you have the right to choose to do the rebuild.
Right.
But, of course, it's also your obligation and your right to pick someone that you feel comfortable with and is reputable, and that, of course, we do have insurance companies that do refer us quite a bit.
Yeah. Are the insurance companies looking for you to take bids to get the best price on a job?
The insurance companies will typically expect you to shop around as the homeowner.
Okay.
But again, if you're comfortable with a restoration company, be it us, Damage Control Services, and you agreed to have us do the work, to sign a contract with us, then that is the obligation that the insurance company will respect.
Yeah, and our job is, whenever this happens, we come to an agreed upon price with the insurance company before any work is even started. So the emergency service work is different. We go in, we take care of the emergency as far as the dry out or get the tree off the roof or board it up. But the next part of that, as far as the rebuild, that's a step that sometimes can take a little while in order to get an agreed upon price with the insurance company.
Yeah.
And they have set prices, so it's not like you're going to really.
Okay.
Once we use a computer program, it's a program that insurance companies use, and we'll put everything in this program, and it'll come up with a price for the job.
Yeah.
And oftentimes we'll just submit that to the insurance company, to the insurance adjuster, and he'll either agree or disagree, and we go from there. If we say it's going to take, let's say just 3 hours to do a certain job, he might say, well, I only think it'll take 2. So
in your line of work here in this area, is there a lot of competitions, a lot of companies like you out there?
There's a number.
There's quite a few. I mean, in our local area, there's Restoration Specialists, there's Restoration X out of Dunellen, Serve Pro is a local franchise here. Ocala Restorations. There's quite a few of us.
Yeah. Do you have to be like certified or anything?
Great question.
To do what you do?
Great question. That's something that, as far as different certifications, yes, we have certifications to do what we do.
Okay.
As far as water restoration, fire and smoke, mold, we are certified for all of that.
Okay.
And our techs that are on the job are certified for that as well. So, However, when people have a disaster, oftentimes they'll get a contractor to do the work, or they'll get, say like a carpet cleaner to go in and dry it out.
Yeah.
They may not be certified for mold remediation or whatever needs done, and that's where you've got to be careful as far as hiring someone to do a job that they're not qualified to do.
Right,
they might be able to do it, but have they had the proper training? It's always, it's important to make sure that you're getting what you need done.
Yeah, right. Okay, well, thanks a lot for your answers. It's a very interesting program.
Thanks for your questions.
Thank you.
I got a few minutes left if you would like to call, and I don't think I mentioned it earlier, so I need to. The WOCA phone number is the WOCA Climate Control Source Hotline, 622-9622, if you'd like to speak to Joe or Rob, and of course from Damage Control Services. What's your number over there?
My number, or our office number.
We're not done yet. I don't know why I asked you.
Well, let's share it. Our office number is 622-5135. That's area code 352, and that is a answered 24 hours a day. It's what do you call it? Forwarded to one of our numbers all the time if we're not in the office.
One of the three of us. Yeah, right. One of the three of us always has that number.
Yeah, and then my direct line for Joe is 352-817-6574.
Have you ever had a damage like a secondary damage? A tree falls into a house and a china cabinet breaks, and they ask you to fix the china cabinet?
It really depends. We've got a fire job right now in Dunellen that we're working on, and the woman had a antique table that was her grandmother's, and a little bit of burn damage on it, but not too bad.
Right.
But she wants that repaired. That's not something necessarily that we do. Okay. But we've got professionals that do that, and can take care of stuff like that. So it's that's oftentimes part of it. They want and need to get things taken care of.
So so the answer is it sounds like if you can't do it, you find somebody who can. It's
right.
Rob and I have a great referral network that we've developed in this line of work in order to be able to take care of our customers. We had, for example, I had a guy that we did a flood for the other day called me to see if I knew a locksmith. And just so happens I referred him to Ray the locksmith, the manager. Right. We had done a fire job for her. So
the owner.
She's the owner.
Yeah.
So it was kind of neat that we were able to
rebuild her house.
Yeah, but we're able to help our clients, during the process and oftentimes even afterwards with different things. So
do you ever think that when you hear like Ray the locksmith or Pat the plumber is another one in town, that their names almost sound like verbs? Like they're telling, like she's asking you, Pat the plumber, like give him a little pat on the back.
Oh, okay.
Like Ray the. No, I don't know if it really works.
Yeah, I was wondering where you were going with Ray. Okay.
I'm just trying to be silly. So the stories, the lady who complimented you, the lady who complimented you, like to hear stories, and you've told us a few about the fire in Dunellen. That fire in Dunellen, that's the same house you brought up a few times, isn't it? So
we're still working with the homeowner on that one.
Yeah, I think I remember when that one came. See, I get the little on my cell phone. The fire rescue people will all the first responders will always kind of send a message to the media. So I get my little phone that buzzes because I keep it on vibrate, and I remember that coming across that there was a fire in Dunellen, and the next morning reading about it was
that was a complete loss on that home. Yeah. As far as everything inside, we've cleaned up that damage as far as taking it down to the block walls. Some of the block walls had to go because of heat damage, but what's been able to be saved. We saved as far as exterior block walls. Everything else, everything inside, what was remaining of the roof, all of it's come down in order to be ready for the next step, and that is the rebuild process.
The other last Saturday I went to an auto show at Kmart, and it was these classic antique cars. And the one thing it occurred to me is like, there's not a dent. There's not a tiny dent in any of these cars. They must have a way of doing this. Now I know you don't do auto repairs, but do you ever have like something minute, like a hole in the wall? I don't know, maybe a nail or somebody missed with the hammer and put a hole the size of a. Have you ever heard that toothpaste will fill those things? Is that true?
Yes, I've heard of several people that have grown up using toothpaste to fill nail holes.
Does it work?
Well, I mean, anything.
Depends what kind of toothpaste
to
you
fill,
use.
Yeah, I guess if you use the green gel, that's not exactly what you're thinking. You're thinking more of the paste. Toothpaste.
I guess the white.
Yeah, I grew up hearing that. We never did it growing up, but
probably smells good.
Yeah, sure. My wife's family, they said that's what they did a lot was toothpaste.
Yeah, they also make a patch, drywall patch you can get at Lowe's to fill those kind of holes.
Yeah, there are other more appropriate products than toothpaste.
But they will work, especially if you're repainting. You can quickly fill a small hole. Nothing big, just a small hole, and like where a picture is hanging or something like that.
Yeah.
And this is kind of weird. I don't know where this will go, but I watched this video. And the guy was demonstrating how some bullets can penetrate a cement block, and some bullets can't.
Right. And
then he tried 2x4s, and actually the 2x4 stopped both of them could stop the small bullet, but as he increased in size, the 2x4 was still stopping it, and the cement block was breaking apart. Eventually, even the big bullets went through the 2x4, but I don't know where that's going. I just thought I'd share that with you.
Thank you.
That reminds me of a story, though.
Oh, does it?
Oh, good.
Oh, you
Let's
have
go.
a story with bullet holes?
No bullet holes, but there was a robbery, a home invasion type of a situation where they busted in the doors.
Oh, wow.
And Angie Lewis, State Farm, it was one of her clients. She called us to go there, and we were able to help the homeowner by securing their home so that they could get a new door.
Wow. What did you do? What do you mean you secured the home?
We went in and boarded up the entryway because the door was busted in. So we, just an emergency service. Like
were they home when the burglary happened?
No, they were not home. They come home and the door was busted in. So that's another way that we were able to help a client.
Wow.
In order to.
That's scary, isn't it?
It is scary.
Yeah.
Most of the time, unfortunately, everything that we do, it's something bad. If you call us, it's a bad thing.
Frantic females.
Frantic females with floods and fires.
Now the male female difference when Matt, who does the mechanic show, he will say that men always know what you need to do. Like a man who comes with a broken car, he'll say, "Oh, here's what it's doing, and here's what you'll need to do." He says he wished we would all be like women, where we just come in with the car and say, "It's broken, would you fix it?"
Yeah.
So do you get that same observation going with when you work with men and women, or men?
I could see the same observation with
it depends.
Home issues. Yeah.
They pretty much tell you what you need to do.
Yeah, this is where I think the damage is. This is where it's coming from.
Are we right? Usually,
we've had women like that too, though.
Yeah.
That want to be in charge and take care of things. So I mean, it really depends on the homeowner, and
it does depend.
Yeah.
The frantic, I mean, people, whether it's male or female.
Right.
I mean, it is easier. I can see Matt's point that it is easier if somebody says, "I don't know what I'm doing here. This is out of my element.
This is not my job.
Here, can you guys take care of it?" And just keep me informed. Let's work together. But,
right, and that's something, going along with that, as long as that homeowner is able to trust us and we're able to build a rapport with them where we can help them through the process, where we can help them through the steps, keeping them informed along the way, it can be a good thing. So that they're not frantic and they're able to understand the process. If they come in and say, "Hey, this is what you need to do and this is how you need to do it," it kind of hinders us and how we can help them, because they really don't need our help. They just need someone to do what they want.
Do you believe in levity in a time of crisis? I mean, if somebody's house is burned down, do you
have to
yuck it up a little bit?
The situation. Yeah,
each person's different.
Yeah, you get a feeling for the situation, and of course you don't want to make light of damage.
No,
but if you can see where someone could use a laugh or something, maybe is
right, so I have an idea for you, and you might say, "No, let's not do that."
What? I'm gonna write this down.
Yeah. This is an idea. Now, if somebody shows up at the house, there's usually a sign on their car, on their vehicle. I'm assuming you have signs?
Yes.
You have, it's all lettered up?
Well, my entire car has our pictures on it.
Do you have a light?
No lights.
No light.
No.
Do you have any sound that comes out of the vehicle?
A horn?
I mean, are you blowing your horn as you pull in the driveway?
No.
No, okay.
Sometimes I have my radio turned on.
All right, now here's an idea.
Listening to
Now,
WOCA.
what if you had this coming out of the grill? Like you pull into the driveway, here they are! Mommy, they're here!
There you go. That is an incredible idea.
Yeah, and you pull in the driveway, and it's a little levity. You know, makes a little bit. I mean, they're sitting in there in a burnt-out home, and here they come. Here comes Rob and Joe. And I would imagine you pulling in slowly. I can't imagine that's a quick entrance into the driveway.
No, it would have to be a.
They would hear you.
That would have to be a slow entry with that music. That's, you can't drive fast to that.
So if you were down the road and it was loud enough, it would be. I think they're coming, Mom. I hear them.
It might even be appropriate to walk in with that music. Saunter type of an entry.
Have it playing on our phone.
Right.
Well, if you ever decide to go to a video program, that would be the way to do it. We'll follow you with cameras, and each time you show up at a new location, that song will have to play.
I like it.
Did Dan put you up to that?
no, but I think didn't Dan make that out of some other song? Isn't that like a
Dan
compilation
worked hard
or something?
on that, so thank you, Dan.
All right, well, we need to play it because we're moving out.
Thank you for the show today. It was enjoyable.
What is a good phone number to call you? I know we did this earlier, but
my direct line 352-817-6574.
Okay.
And Rob, this is my direct line. Rob is 352-817-3625.
Frantic females all over.
If you want our office, it's 352-622-5135.
Joe and Rob, thank you both so much.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
And for the listeners, call us if you need that number repeated. We'll be glad to do that for you. We'll take a break and be right back.
Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA.
Ocala. The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Life jackets save lives. Where at Florida? A mix of clouds and sunshine today. There can be a shower, though, the high 78 to 82. Partly cloudy and mild tonight with a chance of a shower near the coast, the low 63 to 67. Tomorrow, partly sunny and warm, high 78 to 82. And on Thursday, sunshine, some clouds, and continued